Season 4 has an entire DNA board made up of films that inspired the show. Many of these are direct visual parallels. Let's take a look at some of those that we found so far.
Listen to this. Does that remind you of anything?
War Games.
So War Games is a 1983 film. It's directly mentioned in Season 4. It's also a reference for Jonathan and Nancy's relationship dynamic in the book Stranger Things World Turned Upside Down. Here's another reference to the film in Season 4.
Okay, I don't know if Nina's a computer like Joshua.
And now for the visual parallel that I found for Season 4.
Dialing into the school's computer.
That's a negative, Dusty Bun.
Son of a bitch! Try Tigers 86.
Tigers 86, copy that.
They change the password every couple of weeks, but I know where they write it down.
Jiminy Crickets, Dusty. I'm in.
Holy shit.
Just hold your horses, Dusty Bun.
These are my grades.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
How can
I see
anybody
it.
get a D in home ec?
Yikes, Dusty. I will repent later.
The next up is the 1998 film You've Got Mel, which talks about two lovers who meet via chat room and exchange emails. It's similar to what happens with Mike and Elle. In fact, they're the subject of the visual parallel here, except not the lovers you're expecting.
You're a wonderful person, Kathleen.
So are you.
And I'm so honored that you would want to be with me because you would never be with anyone who wasn't truly worthy.
I feel exactly the same way about you.
Don't say that.
What?
That makes it worse.
What?
You know, before the cops and
You don't love
the
me.
world went to shit and everything. I guess... I just...
Me
I
either.
don't know. I guess I just...
You don't love me?
to say that...
Surf shot, Romeo.
But we're so right for each other.
I
But I guess there's a
know.
more important question.
Oh.
I look
Well,
really
is there someone else? Or-
What about you? Is
I can't see
there
it,
someone
but I
else?
No. No. But there is the dream of someone else.
And sometimes on the DNA board, we find things like this that look like inspiration for the creatures. So in the 1963 film The Birds, they have the birds as the main villain, and they seem like inspiration for the demo bats in Season 4, how they behave, how they swarm. There's some shots that are very similar as well, or at least remnant of it. And yeah, there's an example. Here's an example of landscape inspiration. So this moment in Highlander is really remnant of the moment we see Nancy walking down the steps in the upside down mindscape of Vecna or the Krill house at that point. There's even a similar archway to this in Highlander shown in the background of this shot of this. And sometimes these references are literally as small as a pizza delivery car hitting an object. So in the book, Stranger Things Worlds Turned Upside Down, they do talk about how certain films influence camera work and lighting and things like that. To me, I think this is probably the reference here for Children of Men. This is all a single shot hand cam done in a shootout type of setting, and there's some similar looking shots as well. Hiding around corners, going into piles, all while being shot at. I think this might have been some inspiration. So the birdcage seems to mostly inspire the awkward dinner that they have after the roller rink incident, where Murray and Joyce are both lying to all the kids at the table, which is similar to the birdcage as it's a gay couple pretending to be straight. However, beyond this being the parallel, I also think there's a deeper meaning here because we have the character Mike Wheeler, who's also dressing up, not acting like himself and acting really weird and out of place. And if you've seen any of the other videos on my channel, I've talked a lot about how Mike is hiding his sexuality. So I think that this movie has two inspirations. One, how Mike behaves, and two, this awkward dinner.
No, it's a shitty knockoff. Yeah.
So for the Book of Henry, the biggest parallel, in my opinion, was the death scene of Max compared to Henry. And you can see in several moments it has the begging, the pleading kind of death, and it also has the being cradled in the loved one's arm at the end. The Book of Henry is an interesting film, especially in regard to Max. So I am probably going to discuss that later. War Dogs is iffy with copyright, so I'm just going to show you guys screenshots of the next two. So this one is the 70-30 parallel, as I like to call it. So one, in War Dogs, he's giving his partner a partnership agreement, which his partner does not like. In Stranger Things, Mike is giving Elle flowers, but she sees the "from Mike" on it and she's not happy about it. So in War Dogs, he goes on to explain that the cut would be 70-30, which his partner is not happy about. While in Stranger Things, Mike is talking about the color ratio of yellow to purple, which is 70-30, whilst Mike is rambling about there being too much yellow. And if you know anything about the color coding of the show, yellow represents will, so when he was picking these flowers, he also had Will on his mind. The characters in War Dogs and in Stranger Things then proceed to fake smile and say thank you and act like it's totally okay, when in War Dogs that was the catalyst that made him turn on his friend, and in the bottom that is the catalyst for their inevitable breakup.
You don't love me anymore?
Who said that I didn't?
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
Another visual parallel in War Dogs is when Elle is arrested. You can see similar framing here, although it's just Elle and not Elle and Will getting arrested.
Could make us like super rich and we'd never have to work.
You can see in both scenes how there's like a group of people watching them get arrested. And then there's the glaring. So you guys know the context of that partnership going bad. So yeah, relationship going bad, and now we have Elle low-key glaring at Mike. But Mike is also paralleled with the love interest of one of the characters here at the end running after the vehicle. And there you have it. There's some of the visual parallels that I found so far. Of course, I'm still going through lots of the movies, and I read a blog post every single time I finish one of the movies, so you can see what I found almost immediately after finding them. But eventually, everything that I find will be made into a video, some of which will become deep dives, like the last one I did, which was on Little Shop of Horrors. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!